Shalom, Israel. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Kadash. Ka'Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Kadash. Continue to exalt those names, Yahweh. He is to be, who they any call God, and his son, who they ignorantly call Jesus, which is Yahweh Shai. He that saves, he that delivers. And we always say in the Holy Spirit, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, great millstone, much salutation to the brothers, teaching word for the hopeful elect, to the contrite spirits, returning back to the Most High, the extended elect, Shalom. Real quick video, and this how you know these devils lie, because, you know, when you look up Marranos, okay, they got the image, and they claim that they the Marranos, right? These so-called white people, starting with Amalek, which is known as the head tribe of Edomites, which are so-called white people. They're really red and not white. They call themselves redneck, red child, which is Rothschild, mean red child. And, you know, you can see a depiction of what they, you know, when they say Mareno. Now, the Mareno is supposed to be a derogatory term. You know, so I'm assuming, you know, I'm not completely sure, but it probably makes sense. And when I looked up the derogatory meaning, well, I looked up an etymology. Mareno, a Jew or Moor in Spain. Who were the Moors? Us, so-called black people, to avoid persecution, publicly profess conversion to Christianity while privately continuing and practicing beliefs of their old religion. And we told you during the Dark Ages, what they call the Dark Ages, some people call the medieval times, when we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. You know, you have, you know, during the Holy Roman Empire, you had paganism, you know, and even among our people. So it kind of, now I'm gonna show you that Mareno means dark or Negro, dark skin or Negro. So this is relatable to the same fashion of the Jews and the Gentiles are in New Testament, because they were calling those people that our people were calling our people swine eaters or pigs for going into the pagan customs. It says right here, eating of pork is forbidden by Muslim and Jewish religious laws. We converted to Islam, a lot of us too, you know, during our, you know, when we started the fall. So it's a forbidden thing, Mareno, a Jew or more. Now, let me get that word Mareno right quick. So you had Gentiles, our people in the Gentile state of mind, after picking heathen customs, and you had a Jew sect, which consisted of so-called Negro, Haitian, Jamaicans, which is part of the 12 tribes of the Southern Kingdom. You know, with Judah, Benjamin, Levi, calling out a lot of, you know, the other Israelites for practicing those customs, because remember, Israel fell first, and then Judah. It tells you that in 2 Kings 17 and 18, and I believe that this is some form of that, you know, because, well, let me get the word Mareno. And I told you about a song now they depicted here, like I said, all through, as they did everything else, covered up the judges in the face of, like it says, Job 9 and 24, during the Renaissance, the rebirth. So Mareno, look, it means dark. Come on, get that out of here. Dark Mareno, and as you see down here, Negro right here, clear as day. And there was a popular song, Brown, okay? And it's another word for dark skin. Mareno does Mareno mean brown in Spanish? Dark skin right here. So it's got to do something with the skin, being dark skin. It ain't no parabolic type of thing. But anyway, and then of course everybody knows the Moors is, Martin, the comedian Martin starred in a movie, comedic movie, and he was called, I think it's called The Night, and I think he referenced himself being a Moor in that movie, as well as Robin Hood and a lot of other movies. But so we know, so how are they the Mareno? That word Mareno comes from Marino. So how are they the Moors? How are they the Marrenos? Look, a Moor. Now let's see if you type in Moor, what does it say? To fashion. It might not say here. North Africa, Berber, which is a form of Hebrew, Abarya, which goes back to the past, or Eber, one of the race dwelling in Barbary. Let's see, Morocco, Algeria, Roman Northwest Africa. Look at that, Roman Northwest Africa. Rome is not in Africa; it's in Italy. It's a capital of Italy. So why is it mentioned in Africa? We were the Romans too. We were the Holy Roman Empire. The West Roman Empire fell. You had something called the Eastern, which is the Byzantine Empire, which was Jake's ruling, and a lot of them were, though they were considered Moors, they were Israelites. A lot of them that were practicing, Islam were Israelites, just as it is today. And you remember Ishmael was Abraham, Isaac's brother, pretty much. So they were dark-skinned people. Down here, you got indiscriminately of Muslims, Persian, Arabs, and they showed you that in Spartans, the movie 300, where the Persians were dark-skinned, of course, and a lot of our people were among the Persians, and we were the Spartans, though they, display them as so-called white people. They put a little kind of like a tint to them, if you will. They always do that, and Leonardus, I think, he had a braid, and I think even his wife sometimes braided her hair, which is, very custom oriented of the Hebrew Israelites, but especially in those in India. So we are scattered among the nations pretty much. There go Italian, Moro. So you had dark-skinned Italians, dark-skinned Spanish. A lot of our people speak Spanish today. Even so, the Latin tribes and so-called Mexicans, which are tribe of Issachar and so forth. But yeah, and if you read about Paul, he went into those regions where dark-skinned people were because they were Israelites, not because they were these other nations that which were dark also. It says, being a dark people in relation to Europeans. See, their name in the Middle Ages was synonymous for Negro. So Europeans are not so-called white people, and they made that a continent. It wasn't a continent before. It was Western Asia and into the Bible describes as valley decisions in those areas, regions of Syria, Egypt, and those borders and peninsulas around there, Iran and Iraq, and which is old Babylon. So these are how they calling themselves. These people. Um, Let me go back to. And this is a man. This is the father of lies. It has, Esau is the father of lies, and we can get that. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges. He covered the faces of the judges. Main judge is Yahweh Shai. He covered up the angels. He covered up the truth. He's a covering cast. He covered up, depict like Putin had to come out with it. Like, yeah, the icons that are pictured here are displayed here are Negroes, are dark-skinned people, which people never knew. A lot of people never knew that. And going back to the Renaissance, which is the rebirth, which is, iconoclasm, destroying the images of, a lot of the, because if there's books too, but if you type in, it should pop up more coat of arms, then you'll see the images of dark skin right here, dark skinned people, and they got, some of them have crowns. They got the sword. They got swords. They got the, and they have their coat of arms, during their rulership, because this is the last leg of their rulership. America is their last, pretty much, attempt for a worldwide dominance with the New World Order through, with the NATO and EU being America's a catalyst, so to speak, a cash cow banking system. But anyway, see, the computer's messing up now, man. Satan, man. But, you could see a lot of dark images displayed of the Moors. Come on, man. It can take forever to load up when you breaking stuff down, man. See, there you go. Another dark image. Another one, Jake with us. Afro. Women, too, have golden earrings in their ears and all that. Customs of Jake. There's a Moor right there. Have the armor on. We were the knights at the round table. They got everything from us. Jacob is the form of all things. So they got the Ku Klux Klan. That whole orchestration that fashion, the way that they display themselves was fashioned after Jake. You could even see Ku Klux. So-called dark-skinned people dressed in those night. I don't know what you would call them, uniforms or what have you. But they're all through here, man. They're all through here. Here's another one. So they have lied, man. And what does it say in the scriptures? Our father inherited lies, King James Version. Surely our father have inherited lies. Jeremiah 16:19. I'll tell you, man. It's always something. Anyway, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come and to thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our father have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit, man. Yeah, because all this stuff that they thought they knew and learned, even going back to these colleges, these Bible heads, so-called Bible heads, theologians, theologian cemeteries, the apostles call them, and all, they're going to realize it's vanity. There's no profit. They're going to realize that none of this is profitable for true education and learning, and going to find out that they're not the people of God. So, you know, I guess let me see. If you look up that definition, let me see what it says. Rain. Now, I mentioned that popular song by. If you're into music, I mean, a lot of brothers know because they're into music and hip hop, and the culture is pretty much what is called considered culture here in America. Joe, uh, Fat Joe, not Fat Joe, but Big Pun made a song, featuring Joe, the singer, R&B singer Joe, and at the end of, there was Latins on one side of the club and Negroes on the other side of the club, basically the Southern and Northern Kingdom. And Big Pun was on the Negro club side, and you know, the R&B singer Joe, he's looked like a Judite. He went inside the Latino club, and then they came out at the end, and they was on east side. And let me see if I can just show you a picture of it. And he was saying at the end, Barica, hopefully I'm saying that right, Barica Mareno. That means, dark skin. Mareno means dark skin. Big Pun, and I think it's called I Don't Want to Be a Player No More. Might want to watch it. And Joe, still not a player. Well, it's called Still Not a Player. I'll put the vid in so it might pop up. I really don't want to go to the video. But, here's just a depiction with Big Pun. He's with the Negro women. And a lot of times you can't even tell going back and forth. Because our people really look the same. I mean, we're the same people, so. But, it was a statement being made. And, they know the truth. Fat Joe know the truth. Yeah, you would probably more see it in the video. But let me see. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it out loud. But they say pictures speak 1,000 words. Let me just go to it right quick. Cause that's how they start the movie. They like I said. Well, you'll see it here. I tell you, man. I think they're changing everything. But anyway. So they meeting up together, him and Joe, R&B singer now. Here's when they show it. So that's on one side, that's where the Negroes are to represent the Negroes. On this side, represent the Latinos. And then they're gonna switch. Then they go inside the club and they show, they bounce back and forth between the Negroes and Latinos. And see here they on each side. And then then they come outside at the very end, like, oh, well, like, what's happening? And then they start dancing, and then they become one, which is biblical too, because Mosiah said that the Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom should become one. But at the end, he say Boricua Moreno, which is dark skin, and Puerto Rico. Let me just look up that word right quick. So these devils been lying, and they're not the Marranos. And why is it, man? My computer must be slow. Or is it just this devil? You know, whatever. But anyway, let me see. I think I know how to spell it. Berwiqua. Meaning. It'll pop up. In term used by Puerto Ricans refer to themselves or a person of Puerto Rican descent. So he was saying Puerto Ricans and dark-skinned blacks, pretty much is what he was saying at the end of the song. So, you know, and it says Rita Mareno has been making headlines in the entertainment industry for a native Puerto Rican or person of Puerto Rican descent, Rita Mareno. So you got, that lets you know you got dark-skinned Puerto Ricans. So who are these people talking about? They're Marranos, you know? And they'll say they're the Moors, you know? They'll say that we ruled Spain, we ruled, you know, so you got dark-skinned, you know, people that were in, that ruled Europe, you know, that were, you know, Spain, it's called Spanish. They were speaking Spanish, called Spanish, you know. They were called Morenos. They were called, you know, which is a, you know, derogatory term supposed to be, but, you know, or just like being called blackie, you have that among the Israelites too. They'll call their own people blackie, or yeah, you black, like people make fun of Bernie Mac or Wesley Snipes. You know, like, damn, you black as Wesley Snipes. So, but we're all Israelites. You know, dark skin, brown skin, light brown, and even some that look Italian or so-called white. So, you know, that word Italian is right there, Maro, Spanish. And if you look up the map, all that, you know, those regions, and even beyond, because we are scattered all across the world, but still Most High didn't get rid of his people. It's still by bloodline, and it's still mainly by the spirit, but, you know, they both play a significant part. The spirit and, you know, because we're gonna see each other in the kingdom, men, women, and children in the flesh as extraterrestrial beings. What did it say? Italy world map. So you got images right here. Like we said, Europe was not a continent. It's really not a continent. It's Western Asia and all in there. There goes Africa right here. Then Egypt. And then you got, here go, they call it the Middle East, but it's really Western Asia. You got Turkey. That's where Paul was. You got Syria right here. Iran not too far, you know. I know it's different as far as landmass, but I'm saying these regions in here. And Italy, that, you know, you had Rakim. He's a rapper. He said, "I'm Asiatic," you know, and people probably didn't understand that till they looked up history. But, you know, those are just more labels. We're really Israelites. Here go Morocco right here in Algeria. So we were all in here, man, and spread throughout, even to the South Americas and North America, because of Atlantic slave trade and because of captivity. And with the Most High, there's Saudi Arabia right here. So you got our people dwelling among these places even today, going through, a lot of them going through the curses, even concerning racial tension, even among the dark-skinned, other dark-skinned Saudi Arabias and Egyptians and Iraqians, because their spirit is different. But they are people. Yeah. You got our people in Russia too. You got our people all around the world, all across the world, man. We are the sand of the sea, you know. But when we got separated and Most High put us in little sanctuaries, so he said it's about the elect now. He said, you were chosen not because you were the most, because you were the least, paraphrasing, because you were the few. That's the elect. But really, as a whole, Israel, and once again, will be that as the sand of the sea. So there go Italy right here, and so and here's Europe. So we are ruling, and Rome is just even Apostle just mentioned that Rome is just a small. It's just a region. It's not the whole world. We're gonna rule the whole world, you know. So and the new Roman Empire is a fashion of extended Roman Empire to attempt to rule the whole world like they always wanted to do, which Mosiah said it won't be completed. So, in some of in the scriptures, in some instances, it's not talking about old Rome, old Babylon, because all those places were taken down, and some of those things in the scriptures that are said to where it says that we're going to rule the world, we're going to rule the world forever, and that hasn't happened yet. So it is such thing as a reincarnation of the world, of countries as well as people, because people are it's the people, not the country. I mean, that's why it says in the scriptures, people name their lands after their own names. I mean, they name the land after themselves, pretty much. So you'll have some like Africa, which Leo Scipio Africanus. You'll have America, which is America Vespucci, and other Alexandria, Egypt, which is named after Alexander the Great, and so forth. So yeah, they're not the true people, and they lied, and it says he's the father of lies. He as soon as he be born, he's estranged from the womb, coming out the womb. As soon as born, speaking lies. Speaking lies, King James Version. And that's a part of that. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And it's funny because that the rebirth is a form of being reborn, so to speak. They call it Dark Ages, and they said it was no knowledge and everything came up back to surface when man started to rediscover things, and a new refresh rebirth of knowledge and that spurred from wherever they say, and that's a lie. It was the rebirth of them trying to complete, or trying to continue the Roman Empire, trying to complete it, and the extension of it, which is right here in America, in the attempt to rule the world as a great kingdom and empire, via New World Order. But yeah, they're the father of lies, man. They're the covering cast. They covered up all this information and hid it. We're called the hidden ones. They hid us. They hid our heritage, took it up on themselves. And it tells you they opened the book. Heathen opened up the book, painting themselves, King James Version. It's in the Apocrypha, Maccabees 3:48. It says, and laid open, I gotta fix this, man. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images, man. And that goes with iconoclasm, because they destroyed the images and put up theirs. That's why they got Serge Bourget, and they had done that before during the time of the Greek Empire with Serapis, and which came, out of the Seleucid Empire, with with Ptolemy and all them, and even regarding them four generals, um, and if you are people and you who you are, and every time you rule, or you're gonna put up yourselves, you're gonna, so that's not, it's not surprising, man. Why would you, if you rule in the world, why would you put up a so-called black man as your as the son of God? But the thing is that they lied about it. He's not a so-called white man. He's not Serapis. He's not Serapis Christos. He's not Serge Bourget, and whoever else they would say in the near future, but they pretty much, hey, Trump can come out and say that he's, who knows what he might say. I'm just saying, some of these men on earth, even today, so-called white people, they'll say